Now, no matter how bad the mistakes of your past have been, it still cannot be compared to that time in Gold Coast history, which is now Ghana, when some chiefs willingly gave the British what they wanted. All it took was for them to sign on the dotted line to take down the big bad wolf of that time. Now, nobody voluntarily enters into an agreement where they willingly give up majority of their powers to somebody else who is not even a native of the land. British knew it would be easy to convince these Fante Chiefs for one simple reason. Think of this as the map of the Gold Coast at that time. Now, trading with the British who occupy the coastal area has led to the creation of two supergroups. The Fantes, who are like the middlemen when it comes to trading with the British, and the Asantes, who are the biggest suppliers of gold and slaves at that time. But the Asantes want to eliminate the middleman and control the trade themselves. So this leads to a period of conflict, which begins to affect the British because they are no longer making profits because the Asantes are warring with the Fantes. While we're here, I have to talk about this book, The Usurper's Dream, which fictionalizes the creation of the Asante Empire. It's written like a storybook. So if you want to read something that reminds you of unanswered stories, and you can get copies on Amazon if you're not in Ghana, but if you are, you can call 0266-850-311. So the Asante's need to eliminate the middleman leads to several years of infighting, and eventually the main Fante army meets the Asante army and they are utterly defeated. So now while all this is going on, the British, who are losing profits because of this war, start to initiate some policies that are unfavorable to the Asantes, which include asking them to release the Fante hostages that they had captured during the war. All this makes a good recipe for an all-out war between the British and the Asantes. The British and the Asantes meet in a war. Now the British have more sophisticated weapons, so they think it's going to be a walk in the park defeating the Asantes. But unfortunately for them, not only did the Asantes defeat them in this war, their governor, Sir Charles McCarthy, dies in this battle. The only option for the British is to retreat to their forts and castles and subsequently look out for themselves, leaving the Asantes to continue to wage their war against the Fantes. Now, eventually, the British have to rejoin the war. In an alliance with some of the natives in the Catamanso War, the British defeat the Asante. But the British have realized that war in the Gold Coast is affecting their bottom line. So it is essential that peace prevails and war is eliminated. The British governor at that time, George Maclean, seizes this opportunity to draft up a contract that extends British protection to the Confederation of Fante Chiefs on the 6th of March 1844. If you've enjoyed this and you'd want to read more about the Gold Coast history, but in a fictionalized way, like you're reading a story, once again, go to my bio. There's a book, The Usurper's Dream. You can get it by calling 0266-850-311 if you're in Ghana. If you're out of Ghana, you can order on Amazon. There's a link in my bio that makes the process much more easier.